What's up? I'm back. Coming with another video. I wanted to talk about art, and it helped me kind of connect with a lot of the messages that have been expressing recently. And as an artist or as a creator, you always kind of feel like, or even somebody that likes to kind of express themselves to people, you always kind of feel like you're limited. Like the things that you're saying in your mind, like or the things that you think in your mind, or whatever you're trying to express to them, it always comes out kind of different than what you're thinking. And in that same ideal, even when you like talking or trying to explain like a dream to that same concept, like when you try to explain it, like you thinking of it in your head, but when it come out in words, it just don't sound the same. And it's like it just go to how the same thing with our art. When we try to start expressing our art, we kind of feel restricted in the sense of the way we can express it. Like we may have many different imaginations, but we can't find the true outlet to express it. And for the most part, that's due to using the human lens and having the human perspective. Like we have to, as a artist, we have to use the human tools that we've been given in our current age. Like through different ages, the tools have changed. Like for the most part, music has been like the most consistent thing, but even the music has changed in the different forms of how it's produced. And that's just go to show how the different tools changed, to where people used to mainly write books and do plays. Now we make YouTube videos and things like that, and this is just our way to express it. But even that way is going to always be constantly changing. And the change of expression will constantly change, but we will never really truly connect to that full source of art, because it's our human perspective keeper us separate, honestly. But let me read some more things that I said in my notes. Yeah, like honestly, as an artist, you feel connected to a limited source of art or a limited source of knowledge. Like you feel like you can, like I said, always can come up with something. Like your imagination is always going, and people usually always come up with different ideas to like form businesses, but they never find the steps or find the foundation to start it, and that's just due to their lack of learning how to express themselves through this reality. And honestly, that's why I kind of talk about Jaden Smith. The more you kind of go through experiences, the more you kind of learn and find different ways to express yourself, or the more you dive into different cultures. And I was thinking about this earlier, kind of with Drake. Like, I was kind of just thinking about me, and then it made me think about music. But in the sense of how I think about me, and I said how I like to pull from everybody and try to learn from everybody, and how not try to stay restricted like a lot of people seem to be when it comes to, like, if they like something, they're like, well, now I'm going to keep it like this, and I don't want it to be touched and changed. And that's cool, but it's going to be other people that want to mix and mingle into other things. And that's kind of what Drake do with music. And I ain't saying he the best at it, but he's definitely trying to stay in that kind of lane where he pulls from everything and create it to, his own type of sound. And people might hate on that or whatever, but that's just their lack of understanding and expression of art. But when you really think about it, like the more you grab and the more you dab in different cultures, you find different ways to express yourself, where it's either from dancing to, like I said, poetry, to, it's all different types, like I said, tools that you can learn to express yourself when you start traveling, even when it comes to cooking and art. Like, and then I'm going to just get into it. Damn, the cooking shit just touched my soul when I said that shit. Well, hold on, I'm going to get to it. Let me see what else I have to say. But yeah, let me say it now then. We love to express our art because that's the closest thing to our home. The feeling of self-expression help us connect to our true self, which also help us create better art in this reality. And pretty much what I'm saying is like I said with cooking, like the things that we express through our cooking is like we do these things, and that feeling that we get by eating and consuming our art and observing the things that we express, like living in kind of that art, is the closest thing we can have from home, and that source that we pull that thing from. And until we fully break from that human lens, we'll never be connected from that source that we pretty much expressing that's in us, which is like the soul, the spirit, or even something that's deeper than that. And honestly, when you just start thinking from like how you dance to like how different cultures, do their different own thing, it just go to show that we are different stars and different lights expressing their different self, but we can all absorb and do these things together if you're looking at transmuting frequencies and energies. If it's something that you think is a good or fit for you to express yourself, like that's something you'll use. Like some people might not like to twerk, but other people might be like, well, I like to express myself like that. In America, that shit might not be looked good upon, but in like Jamaica, Africa, and other places, they twerk, but they do it with more culture, and they do it too. I ain't even gonna say with more culture, but but they do it to their own fashion and form, and it's respected out there, and you know how it's looked upon down here. So it all depends on self-expression and understanding, but it just go to show more understanding in art and where it come from. But kind of just to go back to that source, like in art, just comparing it, like art is pretty much our tools and our, I could say, restrictions of our expression, because I mean that's the best way we can explain it. Like we'll never be able to fully express ourselves in this reality, because this reality is not capable of expressing it, because we're so much more than this reality, and that's the best way I can explain it. And let me think of how else I can explain with the art and the source. Like you could keep wanting to try to express this restriction, or you could be want to have the full, or how I want to say it. You can keep wanting to trying to express this restriction, or go into it fully, or that's how I should say it. You could try to ride on the boat or just jump into the ocean. Like you could try to keep trying to stay afloat, or you could just fully submerge into it. And that's what the people that's trying to, you know, understand what's the deeper messages in this shit and getting out, like we trying to go back and kind of swim into our shit instead of having to stay in this restriction. And when you pretty much start expressing your art, and when you you go through phases where you feel like you're not expressing yourself the best, or you can do it better, and you're gonna constantly go through that, because it's like it's just a cycle of this world and this reality, and not ever fully being able to express yourself fully. And even when I make a video, it's like, damn, I could say something like this, I could say something like that, and it's because I have so many versions of me that could be expressed, but in this reality, you know, you only can do so much in one time. And that's due to the restrictions of this reality. But yeah, I think that's all that really needs to be said about that. But I'm out. Deuces.